seeing a half-court trap here from Perth.
And it works in their favour as Atwell can go again and get her first field goal of the night. So Atwell into Maley, the two captain and vice-captain combine. Potter pulls up from the elbow. That's a nice looking shot.
It's able to shoot from that deep 2 or 3 point range, really spreads the floor for your offense.
Richards wants the same on the opposite end. And gets the first bucket for Sydney tonight.
She possesses, it's hard not to foul her.
Nice dish into Atwell. Bradley, nice little step through. Richards, a nice step through of her own, and she banks that one home. Into McDonald, we know what she does with all that speed. Can't get the basket on that occasion. Good child for 3. That looks good. It's it back from Clark. George now. Here is Emma Clark driving in. That's a beautiful move by Emma Clark.
She's come off a great year in the NBL 1 West.
Maley, good spin, good bucket.
Just looking a little disjointed on the offensive end. Second guessing, hesitating, not what you'd commonly see from her.
Oh, Maley and one! Beautiful drive here from Annalie Maley. Panousis. Back to Nicholson. And it gets swatted away. McDonald in a foot race with Panousis. She wins out and gets the bucket to go. Coach the Southwest Slammers in the off-season as well.
Is there anything she can't do?
Not much things. Not much at all. McSpadden, long 2, that's better. Vanessa Panousis set for a big season as well. Had some promising games towards the back half of last season. It's a good dish to McSpadden. Driving around 3 different Sydney players, and the pressure got to her in the end. Clark pulls up for a 3 of her own, and that's nothing but net.
Up, and it puts you in a position to foul, or what it does is when you commit more than one defender to...
Did she finish off the first term here for Sydney on a high note? No. Goodchild gets off and running. She's only got Panousis ahead of her. Gets the M1 to go.
Big season in the WNBL. As we see her there, being able to ride the contact.
A lot talked about the Sydney Flames in the off-season, bringing in a trio of Australian opals to their side as Richards gets them off to a good start. Bradley's there to pick up the pieces there for Sydney. Goodchild tried to slot it away, but Bradley was good enough to keep the ball in her hands and get a nice pass off to George. That's better from Sydney. Played of Townsville last year. Championship winning fire team. And she might get her first points, and she does. Just wants to slow it down. Bradley finds a lane and finds a bucket to go with it as well. McDonald wants to get Lynx back in the ascendancy. Atwell pulls up for a long 3. That's her sweet spot, Amy Atwell. Finds the space but can't do much with it. Gets a screen from McSpadden and it allows her to get a nice bucket.
Dislodge the defender, and then you've got Lauren Nicholson doing what she does best with that pull-up.
Gorman for a long 3. Oh, that is great by Steph Gorman. And now Clark. Oh, a nice little spin, but just couldn't get the shot to go. Atwell powering down the court, and that's a great fast break from Amy Atwell.
I mean, we know that she can shoot the basketball, but for her being able to get to the basket with that type of pace makes it really, really tough to defend.
George, as easy as it like. The two bigs combining there for Sydney. Perth putting on the pressure, but Sydney managed to get out of it. Nicholson from the corner. Clark swats it into the hands of Panousis, who gets it to McSpadden. Good hustle there from Sydney to cause havoc with her speed and her dynamic work as a point guard. And Annalie Maley, well, she is proving havoc as she has for a couple of seasons. McSpadden couldn't pull the boards down. McDonald looking for some options ahead of her. Gets Goodchild, and that is great from Mila Goodchild. Very close to that double-double. You can see for Sydney, they're still stuck with those 3 players on 6 points, so not much damage there done so far. Rowe wants to change that, gets her own rebound, and that's better from Sydney and Kira Rowe. Nicholson. Into George. Dishes it to Nicholson. That's perfect vision from Kayla George, and Nicholson's there to finish. This match is being supported by the First Peoples Assembly of Victoria, which is negotiating the country's first treaty. If you're an Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander person in or from Victoria, register. Kayla George made for these moments, but not this time round. Potter into Goodchild. Just moving around Rowe with ease. Potter with it now against George. Into McDonald. Getting to work on Bradley and makes it look easy.
That's a tough shot.
Goes one way then the other. Rowe, George, back into Rowe, and George with the elite vision again. Making Perth pay. Clinch Hoycard now for Perth to Chivatoni. Clinch Hoycard for a long three. That is nothing but net. A nice pass to Rowe. Wasn't quite expecting it. Nicholson had her back. McSpadden with the shot clock ticking down to 2. Clutch shot from Lara McSpadden. Gets off and running. Can't bank it home. Oh, and a little falcon there almost on the rebound. Oh, Clinch Hoycard, right spot, right time once again. Will they work for Perth? Let's find out. McDonald on the left. Maley thought about the long three, dishes it to Chivatoni. Great vision from Annalie Maley, and Chivatoni's on the board. Doesn't go for the three this time. Potter driving into McSpadden, dishing it out to Gorman. That is nothing but net.
That's the assist that no one will see, but it's the screen that trapped the defender. As Steph Gorman allowed her to get that shot.
Tough shot by Emma Clark. Canusis applying some great pressure, but McDonald somehow finds a lane and somehow finds a basket to go with it. Dishing it to McSpadden, able to mop it up. Nicholson thought about the shot, drove in on Goodchild instead, and somehow scooped it in. And it silenced the crowd for the time being as well. Maley, could she get them back up and about? Up against Kayla George, 2 former MVPs, and this time, Maley wins out. Captain of the Perth Lynx this season. Will be a great opportunity for her. Nicholson in the corner. Good reply.
But who better than Lauren Nicholson with the corner three?
Clinch Hoycard now looking for an option, gets Gorman in some space and makes use of it. 61 plays 56 now. McDonald into Maley. George wearing her like a glove, and then Clark sent it out of the court. Lauren Nicholson, the leading scorer of the game now. Maley with 12 for Perth. McDonald somehow split the defense there. That is elite from Ari McDonald. McDonald gets it out to Gorman. Having a solid first hit out tonight. Potter, nice pass inwards. Into McDonald. Potter tried to roll, but McDonald wanted the shot all on her own. That one just a bit too high. Maley, McDonald, you know what happens here. It's a bucket.
She had the assist to Potter. She had that three-point shot now getting on the rim. Coming out to play when it's winning time.
Just like that, she's out to 13 points, McDonald. Absolutely. Less than 5 minutes to play now. Bradley pops a shot up herself, and that's good to go. McDonald, on the other hand, 15 points into Potter. Another one goes for the Lynx. Kyle Malloy parading the sideline, just urging his team to give him something. There were pretty good hands there, but it fell into the hands of Gorman, who gets another 3 to go. Let's see what the Flames have got left in him. George up against Potter. Nicholson driving in and scooping it in as well.
You know, can you slow her up and force the Lynx to have to execute in the half court?
Richards on her now, knows a bit about Ari McDonald, but McDonald knows a bit about getting buckets, and and she gets another one to go. Up against this Perth Lynx outfit. Looks like they're firing on all cylinders in front of their home fans. Panousis shuts them up for a little bit though. Here's McDonald on the rebounds. Stepping through once again, Maylee for three. That is good to go. That's giving some local players some minutes as well. There's Willerton, there's Warwick, all these great WA names on the floor. Panousis making it rain late. Hands it over to Panousis. Under 20 seconds to play in this contest. Hurst with her first WNBL points for the Sydney Flames. Great to see the Perth Lynx back, winning games of basketball in front of their home fans. Proudly wearing their Indigenous round uniform.